Every word you speak is more than just sound, it is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your life. The invisible forces that shape your reality are always listening, and they take their instruction from the language you use. When you speak with doubt, hesitation, or fear, those forces obey without question, bringing into form the very things you wish to avoid. But when you speak with authority, conviction, and expectation, you align yourself with the law of creation. Life responds like an echo in a great hall. It cannot help but return to you the vibration you send out. If your words are filled with certainty, that certainty will be mirrored in the circumstances and opportunities that unfold before you. To understand this fully, you must realize that your spoken word is not a mere description of what is, but a command for what shall be. Too many people make the mistake of using their speech to complain, to retell difficulties, or to declare limitations. They do not see that every such statement is an order placed with the universe for more of the same. You cannot speak lack and expect abundance. You cannot speak sickness and expect health. You cannot speak defeat and expect victory. The two are opposites, and the law is consistent. It brings you what you claim, whether you want it or not. The great shift happens when you become intentional about every statement you make. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," you say, "Money flows to me freely and easily." Instead of saying, "This problem is impossible," you say, "Every problem has a perfect solution, and it is revealing itself to me now." These are not just pretty phrases. They are keys that unlock new paths. When spoken with belief, they send out a vibration that begins to rearrange people, events, and resources in your favor. There is no such thing as an idle word. Even the casual remarks you make in conversation are creating tomorrow's experience. That is why you must treat your speech as a sacred tool. Guard it from negativity as you would guard a treasure from thieves. Each morning, before the demands of the day pull you in many directions, speak the reality you wish to live. Say it with authority, as a ruler issuing a decree, for that is what you are doing. Your life is your kingdom, and your word is law within it. If you speak weakness, your world will bend to accommodate it. If you speak strength, the same law applies, and the circumstances of your life will shift to match that strength. This is not magic in the sense of superstition. It is the natural outworking of spiritual law. Your word is creative energy clothed in sound, and sound has power to form, attract, and arrange. When you declare, "I am favored," the invisible realm begins moving to fulfill that statement. When you affirm, "Everything is working out for my good," even events that seem unfavorable at first can transform into stepping stones toward your success. The important thing is to speak as if it is already done. Do not speak with longing, as if your good is far away. Speak as one who possesses it now. This is the language of faith, and faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. In the same way a seed knows how to grow into the tree it was meant to be, your words contain within them the blueprint of the reality they declare. The moment you speak them, the process begins, and life starts its work to bring the picture in your mind into the world you walk through. When you learn to use your words with precision and purpose, you step into the role you were meant to, playing the conscious creator of your life. And in that role, you will find that the simplest change, a single, consistent declaration spoken every day, can bend the whole arc of your life toward your favor. The way you begin your day sets the course for everything that follows. Each morning is a fresh canvas, untouched and waiting for you to paint it with intention. Before the noise of the world enters your mind, before your phone starts buzzing, before demands and distractions pull you in all directions, you have a golden moment of power. It is in that quiet space that you decide what kind of day you will live, and you do it through the words you speak. Morning declarations are not just feel-good exercises, they are deliberate acts of creation. When you choose your words wisely and speak them with conviction, you are programming the hours ahead to unfold in alignment with your desires. Many people rise each day and immediately focus on their problems. They replay yesterday's challenges or worry about tomorrow's uncertainties. In doing so, they unconsciously give their energy and authority to circumstances they do not want. This is why intentional affirmations in the morning are so vital. They seize the first moments of your day and fill them with creative power, rather than anxiety or doubt. If you tell yourself, "I am tired, I am stressed, I am unlucky," your mind accepts that as truth and begins shaping your day to match. But if you declare, "I am energized, I am blessed, I am a magnet for good," you plant seeds of expectation that will color every interaction and decision. The morning is when your mind is most receptive. It has not yet been cluttered with the noise of news, emails, or other people's opinions. It is like soft clay, ready to be molded into form. What you speak in those early moments has a deeper impact, because it sets a pattern. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument. Once you set it in harmony, every note that follows carries that harmony through the day. Your affirmations become the tuning fork for your life, aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you want to experience. Speaking intentional words in the morning also trains your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not argue or analyze. It simply receives what you tell it as fact and works tirelessly to prove you right. If you say, "Opportunities find me everywhere I go," your mind begins noticing possibilities you would have overlooked before. If you affirm, "I am calm and confident in every situation," you will begin to carry yourself differently, and the world will respond accordingly. These changes may seem subtle at first, but over time they reshape your entire reality. The key is to speak as though it is already true. Do not say, "I hope good things happen today," because hope leaves room for doubt. Say instead, "Today, good things are happening for me at every turn." Declare it with certainty, and speak it with the joy of someone who has already received what they asked for. This energy, calm, confident, expectant, draws your desire to you faster than worry or impatience ever could. Making morning declarations a daily practice is like giving your day a map. Without that map, you drift according to the winds of circumstance. With it, you move purposefully toward your chosen destination. Even when challenges arise, your morning intention serves as a compass, pulling you back to alignment. Over time, you will notice that you are no longer reacting to life's events. You are directing them. And this shift, repeated morning after morning, is how you bend your days, and eventually your entire life, toward the outcomes you desire.
When you begin to see life as a cooperative force rather than an unpredictable enemy, everything changes. Every event, every meeting, every challenge begins to take on a new meaning. Instead of feeling as though you are constantly pushing against resistance, you recognize that even the resistance is part of a greater design working for your good. This perspective transforms frustration into faith. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin declaring, "This is happening for me, even if I do not yet see how." Life ceases to feel random. It becomes a finely tuned arrangement where all pieces, even the uncomfortable ones, are moving into place for your benefit. When you carry this understanding, you no longer fear detours or delays. A closed door does not signal defeat but redirection towards something better suited to you. That opportunity you thought you missed may have been protection from something that would have limited your growth. That person who left your life may have been making room for someone who will honor your value more deeply. Seen through the lens of cooperation, life is not punishing you. It is preparing you. Even moments of apparent loss are only the clearing of space for something greater to arrive. This way of thinking invites you to trust the timing of your life. The mind often wants everything now, but life operates on perfect timing, not rushed timing. You can plant a seed, but you cannot force it to grow overnight. Yet if you trust that the soil is working with you, you will water it, protect it, and allow it to flourish in its own season. The same is true for your desires. The forces of life are arranging people, opportunities, and circumstances in ways you cannot yet see. Your role is to stay aligned, keep speaking your intention, and remain open to the form in which your good arrives. Viewing life as cooperative also softens how you experience challenges. You may still feel discomfort or frustration in the moment, but underneath it, there is a steady knowing that this, too, will serve you. A traffic delay might lead you to avoid an accident ahead. A difficult colleague may teach you patience that later unlocks a leadership opportunity. A financial setback might push you toward a creative idea that becomes your greatest success. In each case, the apparent obstacle was actually an ally in disguise. This perspective requires a deliberate choice to see the hand of good in every situation. It is easy to label something as bad the moment it happens, but when you hold your judgment and trust the unfolding, you give life the chance to reveal the hidden gift. The mind resists this at first because it craves control and certainty, but over time your experience will prove the truth. Nothing is wasted, nothing is meaningless, and nothing arrives in your life without a purpose connected to your growth or your good. When you walk with the belief that life is for you, you carry yourself differently. You approach each day expecting alignment, not conflict. You welcome opportunities with gratitude and meet challenges with curiosity. You stop resisting the current and begin flowing with it, knowing it is carrying you exactly where you are meant to be. In this state, even the smallest encounters, a kind word from a stranger, a sudden idea, a surprising coincidence, become evidence of the cooperation that surrounds you. And as you notice this more and more, your trust deepens, your fear lessens, and your life moves forward with a grace and ease that once felt impossible. Expectation is a powerful magnet, and it draws to you the very essence of what you hold in your mind and speak with your lips. When you expect abundance, you train your mind to search for it, your actions to align with it, and your energy to attract it. This is why living in a mindset of lack is so dangerous. It blinds you to the opportunities and resources that are already present. If your focus is on what is missing, you will overlook what is available. If you speak often of shortage, you reinforce it, building a stronger wall between yourself and the flow of good that is trying to reach you. Abundance is not only about money, it is about the richness of life, ideas, health, love, joy, and opportunities. The way you speak about these things determines whether they flow toward you or away from you. When you expect abundance, you stop measuring your life by what you do not yet have and start noticing the good that is already here. This shift is not about ignoring challenges, it is about refusing to make them your dominant story. Two people can stand in the same situation. One will see limits, and the other will see possibilities. The one who sees possibilities is the one whose expectation will pull more good into their life. This is because your mind, when guided by abundant thinking, is constantly scanning for evidence to match your belief. It will find ideas, resources, and connections that scarcity-minded thinking would never even notice. Speaking abundance daily also sets a tone of confidence and gratitude. When you say, "Good flows to me in increasing measure," you are not merely describing a wish, you are declaring a truth that begins shaping your reality. Even if your current circumstances seem far from abundant, your consistent words begin to reprogram both your subconscious mind and the way others respond to you. People are naturally drawn to those who carry the energy of plenty, because it inspires trust and opens the door for collaboration, generosity, and opportunity. The expectation of abundance removes the feeling of desperation. Desperation repels what you desire because it is rooted in fear and grasping. Expectation, on the other hand, carries a calm certainty that your needs are met and your desires are on the way. It allows you to make decisions from a place of confidence instead of panic. For example, someone expecting abundance will see a setback as temporary and continue moving forward, while someone expecting lack will interpret the same event as confirmation that things will always be hard. The difference in their outlook will shape the difference in their results. Abundant expectation also opens you to receiving in ways you may not have imagined. If you cling too tightly to one specific path or form, you may miss the many other channels through which your good can arrive. When you hold the belief, "I am always provided for," you give life room to surprise you. A solution might come through a conversation, a chance meeting, a sudden idea, or an unexpected offer. These moments often appear ordinary at first, but later reveal themselves as the exact answers you were seeking. The truth is that abundance is a natural state. The universe is generous by design. Trees produce more fruit than they need. Rivers flow without asking permission. The sun shines without rationing its light. When you align yourself with that natural generosity through your words and expectations, you step into a flow that is already happening all around you. Lack is an interruption of that flow, caused by fear, doubt, and negative speech. By deliberately choosing to expect abundance and speak in harmony with it, you remove the blockages and allow life to deliver its blessings without resistance. Over time, this expectation becomes second nature, and you will find yourself living in a reality where plenty is not the exception but the rule. When you speak as if something is already done, you activate a completely different kind of power than when you speak in terms of hope or someday. Speaking in the present tense plants your desire firmly in the now, signaling to both your subconscious mind and the creative forces of life that it already exists and is yours. The subconscious cannot distinguish between what is physically here and what is vividly declared as here. It accepts your statement as fact and begins adjusting your thoughts, actions, and perceptions to match it. This is why affirmations framed in the present are so potent. I am prosperous carries a force that I will be prosperous does not. The first assumes completion, the second keeps it in the future, always out of reach. This way of speaking is not self-deception, it is self-direction. You are not pretending something is true when it is not. You are aligning yourself with the truth of your potential and drawing it into form. Every great achievement begins in the unseen. Before a building is constructed, it exists in the architect's mind as a complete picture. The blueprint is created and followed as if the finished structure already stands. In the same way, your words form the blueprint of your future, and speaking as though it is already done allows life to begin construction immediately. When you speak in this way, you also bypass much of the doubt that comes with longing. Longing suggests a gap between you and your desire. It implies absence. Speaking as if something is already yours eliminates that gap in your mind. If you say, I am confident, your actions begin to reflect confidence now, not later. If you declare, opportunities come to me daily, you start noticing and seizing opportunities that were invisible to you before. This is not because they were absent, but because your previous language and mindset filtered them out. There is also a magnetic quality to this type of speech. People respond differently to someone who speaks with the assurance of possession than they do to someone who speaks in uncertainty. The person who says, I am a leader, carries an energy that invites respect and collaboration. The one who says, I hope to be a leader someday, may be well-meaning, but does not inspire the same confidence. Your words broadcast a signal to the world, and speaking as if it is already done tunes that signal to match your desired reality. The more you repeat such statements, the more natural they feel. At first, the mind may resist, it may whisper, but it's not true yet. This is where persistence is vital. You are retraining your mental patterns, replacing the language of delay with the language of completion. Over time, the resistance fades, and your statements become the unquestioned truth in your inner world. Once that happens, the outer world begins to mirror it with remarkable speed. This practice also teaches you to move in faith. You do not wait for all the evidence before you speak. You speak and then watch as evidence begins to appear. This is the opposite of the way most people live, waiting to see before they believe. By speaking as if it is already done, you are stepping into the role of the cause rather than the effect. You create momentum instead of waiting for it to happen to you. The key is consistency. One declaration made with conviction may plant the seed, but daily repetition waters it until it grows strong. Each time you speak your reality as present and complete, you reinforce the blueprint, strengthen your faith, and draw the pieces together more swiftly. In time, you will look around and realize you are living inside the very words you once spoke in the quiet of your morning. Proof that speaking as if it is already done is one of the most powerful creative tools you possess. When you commit to speaking intentional words every day, you begin a process of transformation that works quietly but powerfully beneath the surface. Just as a river shapes stone through constant flow, your repeated affirmations shape your mind, your habits, and your reality. At first, the change may be subtle. Perhaps you notice a slight lift in your mood or a little more confidence in your decisions. Over time, however, this daily practice builds a momentum that becomes impossible to ignore. The life you once wished for begins to form naturally around you, and the person you become is a direct reflection of the words you have consistently spoken. Consistency is the bridge between inspiration and manifestation. Many people speak affirmations for a few days or weeks, then stop when they do not see instant results. This is like planting seeds and abandoning them before they sprout. Words, like seeds, need time and repetition to take root. Each time you speak with conviction, you are adding another layer of strength to the belief you are building. Eventually, that belief becomes so deeply rooted that it no longer requires effort. It simply becomes who you are. The power of this process lies in its cumulative effect. A single declaration might shift your mood for a moment, but daily declarations shift your entire mindset. When your mindset changes, your choices change. When your choices change, your circumstances follow. This is why consistency is not just a good habit, It is the key to bending life in your favor. Every repetition reinforces a new identity, and life responds to who you believe yourself to be. There is also a profound training happening in your subconscious mind through this consistency. The subconscious works on patterns and repetition. It accepts as truth whatever it hears most often, especially from you. If you speak lack daily, it will shape your reality to match that belief. If you speak abundance daily, it will do the same. Consistency is how you override years of old programming that may have been filled with limitation, fear, or self-doubt. Each day you affirm your desired reality, you weaken the grip of those old beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. Another gift of speaking intentional words daily is resilience. Life will still bring challenges, but your daily practice will anchor you so firmly in your truth that setbacks will not shake you as they once did. When difficulty arises, you will instinctively reach for the words that strengthen you because they have become second nature. This automatic return to faith and clarity in the midst of trouble is one of the greatest rewards of consistency. The transformation that comes from daily declarations is rarely dramatic in its early stages. It is more like the quiet growth of a tree, roots deepening before branches expand. Yet one day, often sooner than expected, you look around and realize your external world has rearranged itself to match the inner vision you have been speaking all along. Opportunities appear without strain. People treat you according to the value you declare, and your environment reflects the abundance, peace, and favor you have affirmed. Consistency is what turns words from empty sounds into creative forces that cannot be denied. By making your declarations as much a part of your morning as breathing, you signal to life that you are serious about the reality you are calling forth. And life, always obedient to the steady, unwavering command, bends itself to fulfill what you have spoken. Over weeks, months, and years, this daily discipline becomes the foundation of a life that does not just happen to you, but is shaped by you with intention and faith.